What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on RBLX for Roblox Corp. Of course, on the left-hand side, we are looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing I need to point out is that these guys are going to give us an earnings announcement before the bell tomorrow at around 7:30 Central, so a little bit earlier than that here, East Coast time. So let's go ahead and turn on our extended hour session, see what is going on in terms of post-market action right now. And by the looks of it, it looks like we're going to be opening on a slight gap down. Remember, a lot can happen between now and 9:30 when the bell actually rings, but let's, for the sake of today's video, assume that we'll be opening somewhere around here. 77.73 is the number to beat. If we look over to the daily chart, left-hand side, why is that the number? Well, on the opening drive higher here, on the very second day of IPO, that was the high that we set. From there, it certainly acted as resistance number of times, and then it even flipped to support in some more recent price history. So that is the number to watch out for here. So 77.73 should be on your radar. Because we are opening on a potential gap down, we need to talk about the gap fill and how we play that. So for right now, we'll talk about the gap rules. Of course, today's low around 79.12 will be the gap fill area. If well, let's actually do this the right way. So we'll map out the pre-market low as of right now. That is quite a ways underneath us. So again, a lot can happen between now and 9:30, but this doesn't really strike me as the way that this would unfold. If we open here, right, this is the open as we know right now. If we fail to take out this overnight low, which again, mind you, that is quite a ways away right now, and we start to trade back up towards the open, look for a long through the open and to fill the gap up towards that 79.12 mark. That would be the risk-friendly way to trade this. Because the overnight low is so far away and the day's low would potentially be far away as well, your stop isn't going to go here. It's just simply going to go on the other side of the open. If we start trading back underneath, that's where you got to cut out to cut your risk. Again, if you just think of this from risk-reward perspective, this to this doesn't quite make sense. So if you cut that risk and cut it somewhere in here, that's starting to make a little bit more sense for a gap fill trade strategy perspective, right? So that's my initial thought here on the gap fill play. Now, if we look at where that overnight low is right now, look at this. It's lining up perfectly with daily support in here. So I think that's, sort of funny, right? If we start to see any intraday hammers form, any intraday bottoming patterns, inverted head and shoulders, something that looks like that, that would be a potential place to start looking long, right? So, and if you go long there, then great, you got the fake break, you have tighter risk because then you can use the low as the stop loss, and then you're looking to trade back up towards the gap or just for a more grindy move back into or towards that 79.12. To the upside, let's say things completely shift around by the time the bell comes around. Let's say we have this intraday level of resistance here, 80.59, then we'll turn these extended hours off and see what's going on from a more granular perspective. For me, it's probably this resistance trend line, right? If we do something like this, and by the time the bell rolls around, we're making a move to the upside, keep a close eye on that. If we start to make new higher highs, that could potentially shift the trend here and start a bigger move to the upside, in which case the most recent pivot high would be the target up around this 86.11 mark. So those are a couple of potential things that I'm thinking about as we navigate Roblox into the bell tomorrow. Remember, a lot can happen between now and 9:30. You have some critical levels to watch. You have a general framework to use. Let's see how it unfolds. So if you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, we wish you a green trading week.